people, it's me, your boy, David. Now what the hell am I doing here? What am I up to, huh? Well, we are getting really close to the end of our first campaign here in The Pants. So we wanted to take this opportunity to bring you all up to speed on the story so far, arc by arc, and starting with the start, Tythos. So without further ado, let's get into it! Our story is based on the Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel adventure anthology module by Wizards of the Coast. The story takes place in the Conquered Worlds, a set of 25 sorta mini-worlds all connected via the Radiant Citadel, a city built on a fossil wrapped around a giant magical diamond in the deep ethereal. Super simple stuff. Each of the 25 worlds has a correlating giant gemstone that orbits the Citadel and can be used to travel between the planes and the worlds, vice versa. There is another connecting point for the worlds, though. The auroral diamond that the Citadel is built around also serves as a magical transmitter for sounds and images, as well as a means to transform regular diamonds into magical recording devices. This has led to the creation of the Crystal Network, a media service viewed by all worlds. This was discovered 50 years ago by a man named Kejo Kamal. Soon after this discovery, an event occurred in the world of Ankaran Sengar that caused a massive cultural shift across all the worlds. An unstoppable demonic invasion led by a being called Zolmate Shab was turned away by the appearance of a vast force of celestials led by a solar angel called Atash. Now, Atash's over-the-top heroics were recorded and shown on the Crystal Network. The following hunger for more such heroics led to the rise of the Luminary Adventurers, or simply Luminaries. Heroes that would travel between the worlds, stopping crimes, saving lives, and inspiring the masses, all while taking brand deals from businesses and getting put on all sorts of merch. Oh, and there's also a giant, terrifying, forever cyclone raging beneath the Citadel known as the Keen and Gloom. So that's the basics. So let us get into our first arc, Tythos. Our story opens in the world of Tythos in the city of Cerule, a city of rich, high towers surrounded by a massive slum. We open with a Crystal Network broadcasted narration from the ever-famous storyteller Orin, a newscaster of sorts that specializes in talk of luminaries. Orin tells a story of the brass dragon Sholay that first activated the Radiant Citadel 250 years ago, binding the conquered worlds together. From here, we pan into the Low City, the network of disguised slums surrounding the City of Towers. Here, in an out-of-the-way warehouse, we meet Jules LaRoche. Jules is a human man in his early 20s. He is the wayward prince of the ruling family of Cerule. Having escaped his family and the demonic cult they belong to, Jules has spent a number of years laying low and evading the local law. He does not act alone in this, as he has adopted a small, close-knit crew of criminal teens and kiddos. The Cherry Delights: Chester, Jeans, Fibro, Mulligan, Miskin, Roundstuff, and Paul. As our story begins, Chester, the eldest of this crew, and Jules' right-hand man, is plotting to steal from the magical architect Kejo Kamal, who is currently doing work on the high city streets. The crew's plans are cut short, however, when a very sudden, very powerful storm comes to life in the skies of Tythos, one that is predicted, it seems, by the second youngest of the Delights, the rather reserved Paul. We then cut to the Radiant Citadel to see it in a state of alarm. The Shield Bearers, a policing/search and rescue force employed by the Citadel's leadership, are currently preparing an evacuation mission on Tythos. Half-Dragon Shield Bearer Lieutenant Arhelon Brass is among them, the grandson of the very dragon Sholay that brought the worlds together long ago. And trailing behind him, we see his younger brother, Zebulon Brass, an awkward and overeager fan of luminaries who dreams of finding his own fame someday. Zebulon begs his brother to bring him on the rescue, and Arhelon relents. The two climb aboard the Sapphire Conquer Jewel, which is being piloted by Shieldbearer Captain Commander Ariat, and they set off for Tythos. Meanwhile, the city of Cerule is being devastated by a cyclone in the sky that looks uncannily like the Keen and Gloom, a symbol of fear and mystery. Jules and the Cherry Delights are working their way to the Conquered Jewel docking site in the High City to evacuate, when they come to witness a horrifying new shift in the scene. Lightning bolts blast away fragments of Cerule's streets, leaving deadly electric elementals in their wake. During their escape, Jules taps into an innate demonic power, a result of his mother's experimentations, to destroy one of these creatures. The group were also assaulted by Jacinth Kellig, an agent for the LaRoche family that has been hunting jewels down for years. Despite it all, the full family reaches the Sapphire Conqueror jewel with the young Jeans barely clinging to life. Meanwhile, the Shield Bearers work to keep the Conquered Jewel Plaza safe for evacuation, an effort aided by a group of famed luminaries known as Thelmira's Blessing. This group, led by the luminary Mateo Cortez, aka Demi-Lich, is suddenly threatened by the appearance of another known luminary, Ozin Yoshikatsu, aka the Storm Eye. He was once an honorable samurai luminary from the world of Umezu who had retired 10 years ago. Now, in a flash of lightning, he has appeared on Tythos amidst the devastation and is immediately set to murdering the luminaries on scene. Zebulon takes us all in after dispatching a lightning elemental, a Zappy, of his own. As his luminary idol falls to Ozin's blade, as his older brother is charging into the fray to stop him, Zebulon pushes against the crowd to offer his support. He is, however, hilariously crushed by a horse-drawn wagon before he does anything. Barely evading death, Zebulon awakens inside the Conqueror Jewel as it departs from Tythos with what few evacuees it can hold. Laying in the medbay, he happens to be placed beside Jules LaRoche and the Chariot of Lights, and so our two heroes very briefly meet. Zebulon sets off to find his brother and discovers that Arhelon has survived his battle with Ozin, yet his arm has been slashed and seared off. The lieutenant recounts Ozin's words as he fought, that what he did for Shah Drakan. Meanwhile, Fiber of the Chariot of Lights has a discovery to share with Jules, a fragment of rubble blasted by lightning at the onset of the Zappies that is covered in some kind of gold-flaked magical script. The Conqueror Jewel phases back to the Radiant Citadel, while the Stormers world has been left behind. The surviving evacuees and heroes are not out of danger yet. The jewel goes still, its color and power bleeding away as it begins descending into the true keen and gloom below. Helpless to stop the fall, our heroes watch and wait as the brass dragon Sholay herself descends from the Radiant Citadel and attempts to save the jewel, to carry it. And this attempt ends in failure. With all hope seemingly lost, our heroes accept the unknown fate of sinking into the mysterious Everstorm. And it is then that the top 6 luminaries, the big hitters if you will, launch into action. Handsome Jai, Zopa Reborn, Sturgeman, the Mighty Pigman, Fu Lilling, and of course, Atash, the most famous figure in the world, all work together to move the Sapphire passengers safely to the streets of the Radiant Citadel. The Conqueror Jewel itself cannot be saved, though. It falls into the darkness of the keening gloom, seemingly destroyed, and the world of Tythos along with it. And as far as Arc 1 goes, we called it there.